Here we go. We're going about to go live right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another excellent episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He's the tribal society and Delaware's greatest American hero. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. In the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Jim, if you can. Said yeah, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And our special guest tonight, that's right, you guys are probably wondering, what's going on? Yo, Remy, yo, Rob, what's up with the four guests? Well, this is actually our NXT TakeOver 36 predictions panel. And, you know, we always have past 15 minutes of fandom guests on our show. Even though Bree wasn't on, Bree, we're working on getting you on here really soon. We know you're a busy woman. But here we're going to actually predict the panel for NXT card for NXT TakeOver 36. Yeah. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and introduce our guests. Our first one up is the boss, the guy that actually runs things. That's right. He makes things happen like he's the captain, the head of Old Face Wrestling, JT, the boss. And then we have straight over the pond from jolly old England. Oh, I'm hungry right now. I could down a whole Cadbury bar and some party streets. Everybody, welcome to the show. See, our other guest here is the head of the table. The head of the table here, so great a head of hair. Give 80s for his money and probably take his women too. Everybody, welcome to the show, the Trident Chief, Timothy Flair. And last but not least, everybody, welcome to the show, one of the most professional women in wrestling fandom, Raleigh, North Carolina's best and finest, Bree.
Yeah. Fun, guys.
That was a fun intro.
That being said, I just gotta thank all y'all for being on the show. Yeah, I try. I mean, I was telling somebody the other day, it's mostly a little bit of Road Dogs, some Howard Finkel. I just yelled, and I hope I sound pretty good. So I don't know, but I'm not a ring announcer. But so with that being said, NXT TakeOver 36. Man, this card looks very interesting. It's a small card, but it looks very interesting. So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go around the corner, around the table, starting with Rob, and then it'll end with me. And I'll ask each of you, you know, who you think is gonna win, and also if y'all think y'all have any predictions as to what's gonna happen, maybe a run-in, maybe a disbanding of a team, maybe a reunion of a team. By all means, feel free to share. We actually encourage that.
Sweet.
So
cool.
We have NXT TakeOver 36 on this Sunday, August 22nd. From our folks across the pond over in England, Scarlett is that's actually 0100 in the morning time. And yeah, we got a lot of we got 5 matches right now. Who knows? Maybe card will change and the card will change and add on another match. But our first match that we have is a singles match for the NXT UK Championship. We have the defending champion Walter, the leader of Imperium, versus Ilya Dragunov. Oh, this is going to be a hard-hitting match. Rob, who you got, man?
Man, I'm definitely going with Walter on this one. Or is it Walter? Walter? Whatever. He's going to win. He's going to chop him down like George Washington did that cherry tree. And yeah, Walter's going to come away winning. And I don't see anybody beating him for the foreseeable future right now. Like, gosh, I mean, he's on another level. He's like the tribal chief of over there in NXT UK. So he's out there dominating. So I'm going with Walter on this one.
Oh wow. Okay. JT, how about you, man? Who you got?
Honestly, I feel like it's hard to bet against Walter. I mean, the guy's a beast, and he just destroys like almost everyone. So I got to go with Walter. I'm not really familiar with the other guy, to be honest with you, either. So it's kind of hard to, predict someone who I'm not really familiar with. But Walter, ever since he's come to WWE NXT, he's just destroyed everyone. So my money's on Walter.
Okay, cool. Who you got, man?
Yeah, I can't bet against Walter. I mean, I'm a big fan of Dragunov too, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to really pay attention to NXT UK as much as I like. But he's always been someone that I've always been a fan of, and I'm just excited to be able to see him on a pay-per-view again. Either way, it's gonna be a great match, no doubt. But yeah, if I had to bet, it's going to be Walter. He's being pushed too much like a beast right now, and either way, I think Dragunov is still going to look amazing in this match. But yeah, my money's on Walter.
Okay. All right, Bree, who you got for this match?
Seems like everyone's got their money on Walter. I want to say Walter. It's clear that he has been very long. But there's a part of me that while they'll have a fantastic people will look great was but I feel like there's just for a winner I would go with Dragon against the because I do feel like there's and it may also it could be that's like one of the last it would be cool with starting off with but that's just me going against everyone being a rebel.
Okay. So my pick, I would wait. Jaxie, who you going with?
Oh, sorry. I probably would actually go ahead and agree with Bray. I have actually been a fan of Dragunov. I have managed to see at least a couple of his matches from NXT UK, especially against Pete Dunne. And I tell you what, apart from Pete Dunne, this Dragunov guy, he's got something like real special, and I feel like a lot of maybe the US haven't actually gotten a chance to see some of those qualities that Dragunov has, but he's very unpredictable. He's quick, he's dynamic, and he's very good at technical wrestling, which is why he had such good chemistry alongside Pete Dunne. So I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and actually side with my girl Brie over here and say Dragunov.
Traitor.
To who though?
To me.
I'm from the UK though.
This is that heel turn you were finally supposed to do.
Oh, this is the heel turn I'm doing. I'm finally
We've
doing
been planning
it.
this for 2 years.
Yeah.
I honestly think this is Ilya Dragunov's time. It's been too long now. He's had too many matches against Walter. I think he had one or two against Walter before. I think now it's gonna be the time where he actually finally stronger. So I'm going with Ilya Dragunov, but if by some reason that Walter ends up winning, the only question is who's next. Eddie Rubiak, he said Joe. I could see that. I mean, Samoa Joe beats him for the UK title. You have to go all the way to Europe. I don't think he wants to do that. Yeah, I probably have to live over there to defend that title. I don't know if that's a requirement or not, but for them to move over there and defend that, but that'd be a pretty interesting match. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Ilya Dragunov. I think it's time for Walter to move on to NXT or maybe even Raw or SmackDown, which poses the question, the same dominance that Walter has had on NXT UK, will he have it? Can he have it if he were to go on a SmackDown or a Raw? Because honestly speaking, and Jaxie, I know Walter's your friend, but I actually Bobby Lashley putting that full Nelson on Walter and passing him out. I can actually see Roman Reigns hitting Walter with a Superman punch. And yeah, he has Imperium, but I mean,
I think. Do you know what the problem
yeah, the
is with
Usos too were
even
very dominant. So.
I think the problem or the issue with even teasing the idea of Walter going up to the main roster is because it didn't really start well when he did sort of debut, and we can all agree that sort of in the Survivor Series match when it was sort of he was fighting on the NXT team, he got hardly any time in the ring. They didn't give him any time to sort of shine or do his thing. So I don't see it going well for Walter in the long run if he moves to the main roster right now. I think some things need to change probably around in the main roster and stuff. And I think that, maybe having Walter full-time on NXT US for a while to get him better well known to the US fans as well might actually help him have a better run before he goes to the main roster. So.
Although I have a good feeling that if Walter were to go to main roster, I know one guy he probably on is Cesaro. I can definitely see that happening.
Ooh, that'd be good.
And he just has to get into his ear and say, well, hey, fans got me. Nothing happened. Time you let the Imperium get behind you. I could see that happening, but who knows? Anything is possible in WWE as we've seen before. But I think NXT personally, if he loses the title this Sunday, NXT or regular NXT the US is best is next best thing. That'd be the better thing for him. Besides, I mean,
yeah,
I could see him going against Samoa Joe. I could see him going against Kylo, Roddy, and the rest of the guys. Those would be some very good matches that I wouldn't mind seeing. So the next match that we have is singles match for the NXT Championship. We have Karrion Kross, the defending champion, accompanied by the lovely Scarlett, versus the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Rob, who you got for this one, man?
This one I wrote down Samoa Joe. Yeah, I'm definitely going with Joey Headrocker on this one. I think Karrion Kross, I think he might be going to the main roster soon because what was it, a couple weeks ago, he went on Raw, got beat by Hardy in like 30 seconds or a minute or whatever. So I think, yes, Samoa Joe, he's like lethal in the ring, he's lethal on the mic. And plus, fun fact, on Tuesday I had a little practice match and I won with the Kokima Clutch. So I'm going Samoa Joe all the way. Joey Headrocker, here we go.
Well done, Rob.
JT, who you got, man?
Honestly, this is really tough because just like Rob said, I can see Karrion going to Raw or SmackDown in the near future, and it would make sense for him to drop the title. But at the same time, like Samoa Joe, I know he's had, the history of concussions, and I don't know how active he's going to be in the ring. Like, are they going to put the title on someone who may not wrestle that much? I don't know. I wouldn't be mad either way, but I'm going to go with Karrion. I feel like he could still have the title and transition over to Raw. We've seen plenty of wrestlers do it, like Kevin Owens, for example. So I'm gonna stick with Karrion on this.
Timothy Flair, who you got?
God, JT pretty much took everything that I was about to say. I kind of had the same thoughts he did. Yeah, I could see Karrion going to Raw or one of the. I'm guessing Raw because that's where he's been going. But I mean, if he does move over to Raw, I really hope they highly consider bringing Scarlett with him because without Scarlett, I'm not saying Karrion isn't good on his own, but without Scarlett, it really adds to his character, and it's not the same to me, you know. But I'd be totally okay with Samoa winning that. I'm surprised Samoa has actually never. Yeah, he's never actually held the big belt, has he?
So,
But
I
yeah,
don't think so now.
I'd be totally okay with Samoa.
He's never he's held the NXT title, but
Not like the Universal or.
who you got?
I gotta go with Samoa. I think only because I do agree with Rob that
Excuse me.
they're definitely I think he's gonna go up to he probably go up to Raw. Him dropping that's gonna be that opportunity to do that. Or Joe's gonna stay on NXT, and I think him having the belt and the ring great on mic. Pretty much everything Rob said. I disagree with Joe on the sense that I don't think he'll be wrestling a lot. I do think Joe and he likes to get in the ring and get physical. Him as a kind of person that's just make these small matches will hold the belt forever. So I do think that Samoa Joe's gonna. I have to go with the crowd.
Yeah, I think I mean I'm gonna agree with all of the above in terms of just kind of going with Joe. I think I agree that I think Karrion's moving over. However, someone just said it in one of the comments about how if Karrion Kross kept the NXT title, it would be him versus Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley at Survivor Series, and I would totally be okay with actually seeing that. That would be such a good match. But yeah, I think Joe's winning it. But if he didn't, then I would totally like to see Karrion Kross keep that belt until Survivor Series and then see that match because that would be great.
Or they could do that match with Samoa Joe as champion as well. That would still be fun.
That'd still be good.
I mean, that really would. I'm not gonna. I probably won't complain.
But they didn't have NXT in Survivor Series last year, so I don't know if they would do that. And I want them to do it again, but I know they didn't do it last year.
I do as well.
But that was a
really
COVID thing too, I think.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, especially when you had Shayna as the champion. Shayna on NXT really dominated, and you really got a kind of a good feel for her. You know, that was like the beginning of a good run for her. Before then, she moved.
Man, we
over
had
to
a chance to see Asuka, Sasha, and Io at NXT or in a Survivor Series match,
We
and
really did.
I was so brokenhearted. NXT was not a part of Survivor Series that year.
Yep, me too. I think we were all gutted.
And that was an interesting
That would be
Survivor
awesome.
Series. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with I think Joe's gonna take this though. Joe has a lot of anger, and when you got angry, motivated, driven Samoa Joe, like I've been a fan of his since his TNA days. That's not a good combination. If Karrion Kross, whether win or lose, after this match, whether Karrion Kross is the winner or the loser after this match, he's gonna put some respect on Joe's name, and he's gonna afterwards he's not gonna want to pick any more fights with somebody like that. He can do it with Keith Lee and all the other guys, but I think after this he's not gonna want to mess with Samoa Joe again. I know Karrion Kross is a great athlete. I've actually had the opportunity in Las Vegas 2 years ago. Really cool guy, but
Cool.
yeah, I think Samoa Joe is going to take this, and yeah, I think Karrion's going to go establish dominance over in Raw, and yeah, that's going to be interesting. So next match, match for the NXT Women's Championship. And JT, I know you're going to be watching this one very closely. I know you're a huge fan of women's wrestling, and this is probably going to have you at the edge of your seat. But we have the
I
defending
think it's going to
champion
have us
Raquel
all on the edge of the
Gonzalez
seat.
versus Raquel Gonzalez, the defending champion, versus Dakota Kai. Rob, who you got for this one, man?
See, this one's gonna be a pretty good match. I wanted to pick Dakota. I wanted to pick her for as an upset because I think she could do had the belt and make a nice little run. But I went with Raquel. I wrote her down. I think she's gonna retain and she's gonna still like you said establish dominance in the women's division for a little bit until somebody comes along and beat her. So yeah, I'm gonna go on Raquel. But it's gonna be a great match and I love Dakota too. But yeah, I gotta go with Raquel.
Oh. How about you? Who you got for this?
So I'm very biased with this, but I'm gonna have to go with Dakota because I've been a fan of her back when she was on the Indies, when she was Evie. So it's like it's very hard for me to root against her. And I've always seen like a champion in her. Like I just knew at some point she's gonna be an NXT Women's Champion, and I feel like this is the good time to do it. She had the amazing heel turn like 3 years ago or something like that, and I feel like it's a long time coming for her to be champion. And I don't know, I was surprised at I love Raquel, but I was really surprised they put the title on her. That was a pretty big shocker. But I like her run and I think it's great, but I think it's I think it was more so to set up this storyline, and I'm going with Dakota.
Timothy, how about you? Who you got this?
Definitely root for Dakota. I'm still not happy with Raquel for beating Io. No,
Tim and me both.
yeah, I'm still not over that. I still think it should have been Candice, but that's a topic for another day. I like Raquel. She's a good, she's dominant, she's gorgeous, she's not horrible in ring. But I kind of agree with JT. It did feel kind of forced to put the belt on her, and I don't think this run has been the greatest, but I would be okay with Raquel retaining if it does eventually lead to a rematch between Io and Raquel. But no, this Sunday, Sunday, it's going to be Dakota all the way. I've been a fan of her too since watching NXT, and she's got a good star factor to her, and I would love to see her with the belt for a while. A lot of good matches I'd like to see.
Yeah, I want Dakota to win. I don't really have much to say really about her. I always like Dakota.
Jaxie, who you going for?
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and just side with all of my team here and go with Team Dakota. I mean, there is no offense to Raquel, but I feel that Dakota has that star quality that can really kind of draw the crowd in, and right now I think NXT need that draw, and there's something about Dakota that just she's a lot more natural, so I think that it would be a really good storyline to kind of maybe have Dakota take it off of her former protege and stuff like that, and then stuff can build towards an eventual rematch. But I do think this is Dakota's time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Purple said she's
Honestly,
sorry the
I
drinking
think
took over.
Dakota's gonna take this title this time.
Sorry, go ahead. What?
I think Dakota's gonna take it this time for some reason, and I think she has something up her sleeve, and obviously Raquel has a size advantage, but I think the experience that Dakota has from being in the game a lot with Raquel is what's gonna actually earn her her second championship, because she was the first ever one half of the first ever NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Champions. I really wish Team Kick with her and Tegan Knox Um, it is what it is. Dakota's definitely gonna get that title. Um, Interesting thing is, Raquel said she doesn't have anybody to have her back this time. The question I have is, will she have somebody, by her side? Because Dakota's never alone. So will she have somebody in her corner? Um,
I mean, she's not really
Somebody
gone
else
around
that
making
wants
much
to.
friends as of late, though, has she? So I can't really see anyone else coming out with her right now.
Yeah, I can't think
Yeah.
of anyone.
She's not really made many friends. I can't see that even the likes of like Frankie Monet or someone like that coming out for it, because why would they? So I don't know. I think Dakota will do
I
this
would
for herself. I think she'll get there by herself and just do it.
I would say that if anybody were to be by Dakota's side, it'll be somebody that is now starting with NXT that doesn't know better. Maybe a Cameron Burnett, or we call him Cameron Burnett. Amari Miller, as she's known. Maybe a Zeta Rainier. Uh, Perhaps one of them could actually end up, taking that spot, that wants to learn how things are. Even though they do have experience in the indies, WWE's NXT is a different game, so could be one of them. But I know that match is, whew, man, call it right now. That's gonna be that's gonna be the show stealer. The next match that we have on the card is a singles match for the $1 million championship. Stipulation. Okay, before I go into stipulations, competitors are LA Knights, who's the defending champion, versus Cameron Grimes with Ted DiBiase in his corner. Now, the stipulation for this is if Grimes loses, DiBiase will become Knight's butler. So there is a potential that
Would love
Ted
to see that.
DiBiase will be filling the role of Virgil.
Would
Now,
love to
could
see
you
that.
imagine
I mean, I really would kind of want
fungus
to
out
see
of
that.
LA Knight's toes the same way he got Virgil doing that? That is going
No.
to be whoa. This wow. Rob, you got
Yeah, man. Yeah, I broke down LA Knight just for that reasons you were saying. I mean, because I grew up, $1 Million Man. He was like one of my favorites and all. And I remember that as a kid. Like yeah, Virgil. I'm in the horse stable. Virgil cleaned his horse poop off my shit. You know what I mean? Like, or taking little kids in the ring. I'll give you $100. You can bounce this basketball 10 times. They get like 7, 8, 9. Takes the ball away. Like get out of my ring. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, oh man, that would be so full circle. Just karma, just coming back around, just like karma does. You know what I mean? My name is Earl style on it. So yeah. So I'd love to see that. I got LA Knight winning that. Hopefully that'll all happen. And eventually, Grimes. I love Cameron Grimes. Hopefully he'll get another match down the road and win the belt. But yeah. I got LA Knight's got to win this one. I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, same with me. Like I really want to see Ted DiBiase be LA Knights on Butler. I think that would be pretty funny and pretty entertaining. But I don't know. I gotta go with Cameron Grimes though. I just feel like it's his time. Like I know he's been kind of getting the butt end of the stick lately in this feud, and I think he's gonna overcome this and be like the hero and yada yada yada. It's gonna be a fun match regardless. But I'm going with Cameron.
I'm definitely. I don't know. I'm a big LA Knight fan. Cameron Grimes is someone that I wasn't too hype on first, but they've built him very well. Like I actually like him now, even though he annoyed the living heck out of me at first. But he played his part very well. But no, I always thought to myself, like if I was a wrestler, I'd be a mixture of Bailey and LA Knight. And I really do enjoy LA Knight. He's just got this arrogance to him and this It's enjoyable, and I would like to see him continue with the belt for a little bit longer. But if Grimes wins it, I won't complain. But I do like the idea of Ted being his butler for a while. This story's been really entertaining, and I don't want it to end yet. So I'm Team LA Knight right now.
I don't know. I kind of want to win, even though I'm just go ahead and say it. Like, he's just. A lot of people have been saying on Twitter that like LA Knight's gonna have it. I'm a little indifferent to it, but like the whole Butler thing, I personally never found it funny. I know a lot of people find it funny. It just doesn't really appeal to me. That's just me though. So, Jaxie,
I mean, again, I think that I've enjoyed it because of what Tim said regarding like the character building of Cameron Grimes. He is someone that, just like Tim, just really kind of annoyed me, really. But the storyline has actually made me really like him, and for some reason I just really have it that I just want this redemption arc to kind of be over, and not in a bad way, because I would like to see Ted as a butler, but like I want a good outcome for Cameron Grimes, like JT said, and yeah, I'm totally rooting for him on this one.
Cool. Bree, did you say who you wanted to win, or?
Yeah, I did. I said no, like,
yeah,
just like Jackie.
Okay.
What the hell out of me?
Yeah, my computer was a bit on the fritz, so yeah, it was kind of breaking up. But me, oh man, who do I want to see win? I mean, I'd like to see Cameron Grimes finally get the $1 million championship and have his glory moment. But at the same time, I mean, LA Knight winning and Ted DiBiase becoming a butler, I could see it now. That would definitely be a sight to see. But I got a feeling that it's gonna be Cameron Grimes winning, and yeah, he's gonna definitely save the $1 Million Man's dignity, by winning this match and getting the title as well too. But it would be very interesting to see, because not a lot of faces actually end up with the $1 Million Championship. I mean, it's really a heel title, and the only person who I've ever seen be a face and hold that title is actually Virgil, and that was like 30 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see if 30 years later, a face actually is able to hold that title. But if Cameron Grimes wins, where does he go from here? I mean, is he going to be a face or is he going to be a heel? Because
I mean, ultimately, I think that if he did win the title, he should go back to being the irritating, annoying Cameron Grimes.
I agree.
And then continue on sort of like having that run as a heel belt, because I do agree most of the people that had that belt it is because of their arrogance and things. And you got to remember, Cameron Grimes kind of became a face during a double heel feud, because if it was both of their arrogance that led to them being the final ones to go for that belt. So I think ultimately, like, this wouldn't be like a long-term face run for Cameron Grimes. He's very good at annoying people, so I think he will go back to that.
You just gave me an idea, Jax, because you had mentioned that title has been, someone who's like a heel and annoying and stuff like that. What if Baron Corbin came to NXT?
I want that to happen so bad.
He's desperate right now, and what if he challenges Cameron Grimes?
There is a story that could be told there.
And becomes the heel.
$1
million Corbin or something like that.
He'll pawn it off or something.
You've got it going on.
Oh, I'm writing that down. I'm writing that down so it happens.
Yeah. JT, send that into Baron. He needs to go and petition to go to NXT.
He's desperate.
That would be
he might show up at
amazing.
NXT in some way.
I actually think that probably would be the best storyline ever.
I've seen some people talk
really
about
funny
that
if Baron Corbin came.
He could be the butler, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, start him off as the butler. Yeah.
That would be actually cool if
That would-
Cameron won and then Baron became his butler somehow.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get them on this.
I mean, he is
Yeah.
desperate for money.
would-
I'd
that
probably
would-
work for it. He'd be like, "Yo, I'll clean them toilets. I mean, give me $5."
Gosh.
Yeah, that would be something. So the last match that I'm gonna go with Cameron on this one though, but it'll be interesting to see where he goes from there with the title. So the next and last match that we have is the 2 out of 3 falls match. I guess pretty much the 3 stages of hell revised. So we have Adam Cole versus Kylo Reilly, former friends in the Undisputed Era, former teammates. As a matter of fact, we can go even back to like their ROH days when they were a tag team, and I think they even won the tag team titles over there. But now they're facing each other in a unique match of sorts. So this match is a 2 out of 3 falls. But here's the thing: the first fall is going to take place in a traditional wrestling match. The second fall is going to take place in a street fight. And the third fall, if necessary, is going to be in a steel cage. This is going to be crazy. I already know it's going to be an intense match. These guys definitely know how to bring it. Blood will be spilled. You ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me about that. Blood is definitely going to be spilled. Somebody's probably going to leave with a broken nose and whatnot. These two are not going to be the same after this match. Rob, who you got for this one?
Yeah, like you said, it's gonna be a great match. Fall 1, I'm gonna go with Adam Cole, baby. He's gonna win Fall 1, and then Fall 2 and 3 is gonna be Kyle O'Reilly. I think he's gonna get both of them, sweep them up, and Kyle O'Reilly's gonna win the thing. Yeah, I've heard there's been stories, that Adam Cole might be leaving, if he's signing and all. So just in case, I'm gonna pick Kyle O'Reilly, But it's gonna be awesome, just like you said.
Yeah,
JT, who you got for this one?
I'm gonna have to go with Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, even without the possibility of Adam Cole leaving, I feel like they've already had like 2 matches, and I think Adam Cole's won them both, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see Kyle O'Reilly getting swept. I feel like this is the feel good moment to the storyline, and if Adam Cole is hypothetically leaving, then yeah, it obviously makes sense for him to lose, but he could be going to Raw or SmackDown too if he does resign with WWE. So that could be another reason for him to lose, because that's traditional for someone to lose their last NXT match and go to Raw or SmackDown. And I feel like he's done everything in NXT as well. So I think he's leaving NXT regardless.
Timothy, how about you? Who you got?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm still not over the fact that Undisputed Era is no more. I mean, seeing these guys fight now just breaks my heart, because when I started watching NXT, I was so hype on these guys. Really loved them, and but no, as far as the match goes, I think it could go either way. I kind of want Adam to win it, but if he is being moved up, it would make more sense for Kyle O'Reilly to win. I can't really pick a winner on this one. I just think it's going to be a hard-hitting, really, really fun match. I think it might even kind of be a little reminiscent of when Adam Cole and Gargano had their little 3 stages of hell match, which is still a match I still constantly watch to this day.
It's a good match.
Yeah, I can't pick a winner on this one. I really don't know. I got nothing. I'm just gonna flip a coin and go with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Either one would be good, right? But I mean, obviously, yeah, probably. What would I mean? Could he still win it and still leave? I mean, that's a possibility. People really like For the sake of being safe, I would say Kyle O'Reilly. I don't think Adam. It's no real reason for Adam to win. Because he's going to be moving. If he moves up, he's gotten too big for NXT, in my opinion. This is my opinion, but yeah, probably gonna be Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, I have to straight up agree again with Brie. I honestly think that Adam is a bit too big for NXT now. He's quite a well-known name, and he could really be established anywhere from the main roster to Impact, to New Japan, to AEW. I think at the moment it's still up in the air as to whereabouts he could go. But as far as the match goes, I think it is going to be an awesome match. But I think ultimately this is going to be sort of like the ending to their story. So this really should really go down with Kyle winning. And I see it kind of going that way because you got to think Kyle has put on some pretty great matches already. And if Adam is leaving, that does leave like a very big hole, which means that there is a lot more room for some of these other men to actually step up to the big plate. And Kyle is actually one of those in the running. So it ultimately, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and I want to also clarify when I say that he's gotten too big for NXT, I mean that in WWE and saying that they mentioned that it was going back to being a developmental type.
Yeah.
So Adam Cole clearly is not developmental in the sense.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a star.
Yeah.
Big for the brand now. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Kyle O'Reilly's gonna end up winning this. He's gonna end up winning this match this time, and I think this is gonna lead to him eventually becoming NXT champion. It's gonna happen, and quite frankly, I think he is NXT World Champion material. I've seen him hold the Ring of Honor World Title before. He is not that bad, and he is definitely a fighting champion and one that brings it 100% of the time. So I definitely think Kyle O'Reilly is gonna go ahead and win this match, and it's gonna set him up for a future NXT World Championship match. But no, I already know that there is going to be blood spilled in this match. Because whenever these two get together, it's definitely something crazy happens. So that's what I think. That's just my take on it. So that being said, that's pretty much it for the NXT Takeover card. So before I go around and ask everybody else what their social medias and whatnot, and before we do our uber cool intro and close the show, does anybody have any predictions as to what will happen during the card overall? Any other predictions you think any other things you think might happen? Any appearances? Anything at all?
I think Indy Hartwell will interfere with whoever wins the Raquel Gonzalez Dakota Kai match. I think she's on a roll. She's going to be wanting some more gold or whatever. She got her man. They about to get hitched soon. I hope they get married during Halloween Havoc. Something like that. Yes. That would be awesome if they can wait till then. If they can hold it all till then. But yeah, I think she's going to interfere in that. And I think they're going to. Yeah, she's going to interfere and stuff, and maybe start a little something there. That's a hot take, I guess.
I mean, I've become a really big fan of Indy Hartwell during this little Gargano family story. It's cute to me. I like it. It's just fun. I wouldn't be against that happening, but all I know is that I love that story. It's fun.
They call him Index? Is that what
Index,
it is?
yeah.
Index, yeah.
Index.
I could definitely see like Pete Dunne sort of making an appearance, although I'm not sure where that appearance will be. Him and Samoa Joe have definitely been eyeing each other up. So if Joe gets his hands on that belt, that's exactly what I see in Joe's future, is maybe a Pete Dunne run. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really, I'd look forward to that because for the past few weeks, whilst Joe's been like partnering with Regal, he's just been staring out Pete Dunne, and it's just kind of like just even that standoff just makes me want to see them in a match. So yeah, I'm gonna say like if there's any surprises, it might come from Pete.
That's called long-term storytelling, Jack.
Yes.
I will make a bold prediction, and I will say I believe Pete Dunne will be NXT champion by 2022.
Okay, nice.
Okay, you heard it here first. Let's see if that happens. If not, get his socials. And you can blame him.
Below Twitter.
And I guess
Well,
I'll
with
make
the
a bold
winner-
prediction too. After the Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe match, if Samoa Joe wins, Cult of Personality plays. Here comes CM Punk
On NXT.
On
Nice.
NXT. Okay.
NXT.
Oh man.
That was his
Nice.
terms. If I'm coming back to WWE, you put me in NXT.
Okay, let's see if that happens too. I'll be
If that
interested
happens,
if that
though.
happens. Yeah,
Oh.
if that happens, I will definitely retweet you, JT.
I will never make fun of you ever again.
Oh, you heard that here
Literally.
first. You guys heard that here first. Let's see if
I would
Tim will
literally
stand
not
by
be here
his
to
words.
soil myself if he does that. Oh man, I'd have to change
Yeah.
my drawers. Oh,
Also, like,
Yeah.
Who? Sorry, Brie?
no, I was just saying, it's like Thursday. We have a little less than one. Well, actually, around the 48-hour mark or close to it. There could be some more like matches placed on the cards. Part of me is like, I don't want to really speculate about surprises if we may be getting more matches here soon.
Very true.
This idea, I think it uses a little far fetched, but see him. That's it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't have any predictions on. But the one thing with Pete Dunne being champion, I wouldn't doubt you on that either, because with the stable he's built. I mean, you got he has Danny Burch, he has I forgot the other guy's name, and
Oney
Oney
Lorcan.
Lorcan's
Oney
out with an
Lorcan.
injury, but he's soon. Yeah, but no, there's the other big guy, the one that took out Tommaso Ciampa and
Oh yeah, that
Timothy
guy.
Thatcher.
The
Yeah,
heck was that guy's name?
it's
Oh wait, Rich Holland.
Thank you. God, that was
Yeah.
bothering me.
All I could think of was his hat, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I
all
saw
I remember is
who
that
it
hat.
was. I couldn't place the name.
Yeah. Yeah, it would not surprise me if they become the next big stable in NXT. And I'm gonna make another prediction off of the NXT, not NXT TakeOver related, but B-Fab has been sticking her nose into Legado del Fantasma's business. They're gonna find a female enforcer for her, and it's not gonna be pretty. She is not gonna like what's gonna happen to her.
With
And I
who?
got a feeling it's gonna be that female luchador that's been lurking around, not lurking around, but that's been training there. It wouldn't surprise me if she becomes the one that ends up in their corner.
I'm trying to think who that is.
And it's only natural because I mean the Vaudevillains did it when Alexa Bliss was getting involved in their matches with Blake and Murphy. They got Blue Pants, aka Leva Bates, to be in their corner. So it's gonna happen. That's my bold prediction I'm gonna make.
She's got to, get her comeuppance being part of Hit Row. She's got to do something more than just sort of cheer on. So hopefully we might be able to get to see some action, especially if they do bring on a female luchador. I'm trying to think what her name is. I'm pretty sure I've seen her in a couple of things, but I really can't remember her name. It's really bad.
Who are you talking about? The luchador?
That you said that has trained. I'm pretty sure I've seen her in a match or two. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, she was in a match with Thea. Let me call the girl Thea Trinidad. Zelina Vega. I know her as Thea Trinidad. But Zelina Vega, she was in a match with her. I think she was in 2 matches. And she lost the one against Zelina Vega, but I mean, Zelina Vega, the woman's experienced.
But is she also the one that partnered up with Lucha House Party at one time?
Yeah.
She did,
But
didn't she?
I think her name is Catalina Perez.
Yeah, Catalina. Is that who you're
That's
talking
it,
about?
Catalina. Yeah. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, if they do bring someone in, it would be interesting to see, her, especially against, I've forgotten her name from Hit Row.
Yeah, so we actually have a post with her on our Instagram page. So you could definitely it's the Phantasma on there.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting if that happens.
Mm.
Uh-oh, he done disappeared on us.
Right towards the very end.
Show's not over yet.
Here's
Get
the
back
end,
here and
too.
give us our outros.
I know you were sitting over here. I want my hour class, bro. Hey.
If you lose one more person, it's gonna be an O-face. Okay.
We're taking over.
This was our takeover. This was O-Face's takeover.
Gina's secretly hacking their cameras and turning them off.
She is. You know it.
Nah, I think she's too drunk to be able to figure that out right now.
Yeah, you could be right on that. You could be right on that. I think you're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute, man.
You're on mute.
Yeah. So with that being said, for those of y'all watching or even listening to us, that was our NXT TakeOver 36 predictions card. O-Face family, I really and truly appreciate y'all actually taking time out for y'all busy schedules to be on our show. Really and truly do appreciate it. Too bad we couldn't have our other host, Kathy, here. Rob, if Kathy misses one more show, she's no longer Kathy. She's gonna be Kathy. I'm telling you, we're gonna change her name to that because we can't see her all the time.
That's right.
We love. Don't. I always got to bust a chop. But yeah. Really and truly, O-Face, thank y'all for actually coming on here and just shooting the breeze with us about wrestling, and so I really truly do appreciate it. I know y'all are taking a break, but I'm gonna say this: y'all are actually one of my favorite women's wrestling podcasts. Please don't be away too long, because y'all do great things, man. The fact that y'all don't just do women's wrestling in America, but also all over the country, all over the world is amazing. There's only one other young lady I know that does that. You probably know her, JT. She goes by the name of Ella J. We've also had on our show. Runs a wrestling gal.
Yes,
And,
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, man, y'all just don't take too long a break, man. We need y'all. We need more great podcasts. Y'all still owe us some merch, so I'm trying to rock an O-Face wrestling. I don't merch on, but y'all
We'll have to make that happen.
Oh, serious about that.
Well, thank you for having us, Remy.
But
Yeah,
yeah, no problem. So with that being said, it's about that time for us to close the show. But before we close the show, JT, I'll start with you. Where can fans find you on social media if they want to, talk wrestling, or if they want to, check out the latest episode of O-Face Wrestling, or just talk about women's wrestling and so on? Where you at on social media, man?
All right, well, pretty much everywhere. I know I'm on Twitter, but I'm leaving that soon, so I'll just throw out the Instagram and all. So on Instagram, my personal Instagram is JT_Snow27, and then the podcast page is at O-Face Wrestling, and also on O-Face Wrestling on Facebook and TikTok.
Oh God, you're one of those now.
Oh yes, I am.
There he is.
For those of y'all listening, go ahead and follow O Face Wrestling. They're doing the damn thing, man. They're really that good at what they do. I'm not making this up. Tribal Chief, where you at on social media, man?
I am most active on Twitter. You can find me at Timothy Flair 90. If you love women's wrestling, or if you love Adam Page like me and Bree do, you can. that is where you can find me, or that is where I'm most active.
No. I'd probably say this for the most part, all things always for David. So it's underscore PEAIR underscore. It's just bacon. My handle ABAE underscore. And those are the most platforms.
Cool. We got to try to get you on our show, bro. One day.
I know we're supposed to.
Taxi. We got on social media.
Yeah, again, just mainly active on Instagram and Twitter, and you can just find me at Jaxie Scarlett, all one word, Jaxie Scarlett.
Cool. Bree, if I cut you off, my sincerest apologies.
Oh, you're good.
I have an internet connection that's kind of here, so
yeah, I feel bad because I hardly got to
you
hear
don't want
Bree
you.
at all this
Matter of fact,
show.
if I cut anybody off during this, if I cut anybody off during this episode, my sincerest apologies. Just that I'm in an area where there's like shoddy internet connections. I'm not being rude at all.
Bree,
it's
I can
just
hear
some
you,
sort of
so.
quantum leap. So Rob Bass, the Mel Gibson, Danny Spencer to my Burton Buster, the Jesse Hall to the Charlie Conway to my Jesse Hall, Mighty Ducks reference right there.
Ducks.
What you got on social media, bro?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Rob_Base82, and then I'm on Facebook and YouTube, Rob Base.
Awesome. If you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything really cool to say, but who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky. You can find me on Twitter at @TheRemyBlue. You can also find me on Facebook under Remy Blue. Yes, it's a picture of me and my friend Adam at WrestleMania 28. So feel free to add me on those platforms. However, our podcast is also on social media. Yes, we're on Twitter and Instagram under @Ringside Society. And we also have a Facebook group. If you guess the name is Ringside Society, you guessed it correctly. But we don't have anything to give away right now. But definitely go ahead and add us on those platforms. We're also on Twitch under Ringside Society 2019, which is one of the platforms this episode is being streamed on. And we're also on YouTube. That's right. You do not see that sweet ass logo over there. It's not us. It's somebody else trying to be us. But definitely add us on YouTube. Subscribe to all of our and put it to all our videos because we have a lot of cool stuff there, man. We have the Princess Victoria interview. We have the Chris Bonnier interview. If you don't know who that is, he's the guy that did the documentary on African American women wrestlers back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. It's a really great interview. Check it out. We've had Maddie Rankowski, Jazz Allure, who just twins, and we also have on AEW. We also had Nightmare Factory Class 1 graduate Cat Spencer. That's right.
Wow.
So definitely check us out. We have a lot more interesting interviews coming up. And with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight or today. We really and truly do appreciate it. Shout out to our mod, Alicia, the Warrior Princess. Guys, if you're in the chat rooms and you're trying to be disrespectful and rude, she will kick you out. That's her. So
you do it.
Shout out to Alicia, the Warrior Prince.
Kick their ass.
We hope your mom gets as well. Whatever happens. But yeah. But with that being said, for those of you that are gonna check us out later on, thank you in advance. And to those of you that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we go away, well, like myself in a Golden Corral, a base at the Hershey theme park in Pennsylvania, we're not for
They hate us because they hate us. Oh,
and
he
we
done
ain't
froze,
stopping.
man. Okay.
So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we understand. We just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside Society are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. And yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for the Oath Face Wrestling family.
Woo!
Podcast.
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
There you go.
Uh-oh, I think he got
That's right. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast. We are not the same. I'm going to put that on a shirt real soon. But until then, we're still going through a pandemic. So until the pandemic is over, stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent. Be out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.